Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome to Rink Diaries, local ice man here. For today's video, I'm going to talk about alternative uses of the wash water system other than the primary use. Go and check out my other videos in the wash water system if you're unsure exactly what it is. But for this video, I'm going to talk about the wash water transfer kit offered through Zamboni to allow you to do a few extra things with the wash water system. Plus, I was going to show you what we did with the wash water transfer kit, because when I ordered it, I wasn't sure exactly what it was called. I just needed to solve a problem. I called Zamboni. I said, this is what I want to do. And they're all, oh, we got these two things. And I said, oh, what's that for? Oh, it's the wash water transfer kit. Oh, okay. So I kind of got part of it, did what I had to do, and we've been using it on this machine. So I'll give you a lowdown on that, plus the two real uses of the wash water transfer kit. So stay tuned. All right, so the wash water transfer kit. Like the name implies, it transfers water from your wash water tank into your ice making tank. And that's done with this handle right here and a valve located right down here. Squeeze in here. So we're looking at the handle right here that's in the cab, and it goes to this valve right here. And the wash water system allows you to transfer water from your wash water tank into your ice making tank via this valve right here. So the kit itself costs $500 through Zamboni. This is a partial kit. The only part of the kit I really have is the handle right here and the valve right here. Everything else that I did, I've kind of bought here locally. Again, I'll show you kind of exactly why I have it configured this way. But this wash water transfer kit allows you to transfer water from your wash water tank into your ice making tank. Now, why would you want to do that? There's basically two reasons why you want to do that. The first reason is basically to increase your ice making capacity. So this tank right here, our ice making tank, is 192 gallons, and I believe that wash water tank is 85 gallons. So to increase your ice making tank capacity, you can, by this water transfer system, open the valve up and put water in your wash water tank and use that water for your ice making. Now, I'm going to say, if you're going to be doing that kind of like all the time, perhaps you just want to get a bigger machine. Now, I think it's probably good when you're first putting the ice in, or if you have to build your ice up, perhaps you could increase your ice making capacity. As well as you're going to be dumping your wash water into your ice making tank, go ahead and buy those wash water filter bags. I did a video on that. Go ahead and check that out. The basket by itself is not going to be enough to filter out all the stuff throughout the wash water. If you're using your wash water at the same time, like truly using your wash water as well as kind of using the wash water transfer system to increase your tank capacity, you want to make sure your wash water tank is really clean, that the water going through there is getting filtered, so you're not laying that stuff back on the ice. So the second reason for the wash water transfer system, this really I think is more for outdoor rinks. Let's say you had an outdoor rink and it rained and you have a bunch of water on the ice. If you try to drop your conditioner on the ice and drag a blade and try to suck that water up with the augers, it's just not going to happen. So the idea behind the wash water transfer system in this case is that you drop your conditioner and turn your wash water on, you just kind of start sucking up all that water off the ice into your wash water tank. Now that wash water tank is not going to be big enough, so you're going to have to transfer it into your ice making tank so you increase your capacity. So if your whole rink is covered in water, just again, drop a conditioner, put your wash water pump on, and start sucking the water up and divert it into your ice making tank. Now for indoor rinks, if your ice plant went down, and you've been down for a half a day or a day, and you have a lot of surface water on the ice, that's where you come through and you suck up all that water off and transfer it to your ice making tank. You certainly could do that with your wash water tank, but you're just going to be dumping your water a lot. And if you're taking your ice out, I imagine you could use that system to suck the water up and transfer it to your ice making tank. And once you do get in your ice making tank, right over here, there is a valve. Just located underneath the brush right here, there is a valve and a handle where you can empty your ice making tank onto the ground or into the drain. If you're going to be using the wash water system, kind of configure it so you're pulling water up off the ice, you need to dump that water somewhere. You don't want to dump it out your spreader bar and have a bunch of debris clogging your spreader bar. So it's just best to use this drain right here. I've never opened our drains other machines, never kind of had to. I've always used the spreader bar to drain the tank, but if you're going to be draining the tank with crap in there, you definitely don't want to go out through the spreader bar. Alright, so I just talked about two alternative uses for the wash water system. One being dumping your wash water into your ice making water to increase your capacity. The second one is sucking up water off the ice into your wash water tank and transferring into your ice making tank. And the third one is how we have it set up right here, but it's kind of rinky-dink. It should really count as the third one, but I'm going to throw it in there because that's kind of how we have it set up, and that's kind of how I discovered this. Is I called Zamboni one day asking if there was a smaller handle. I forget, this is like 10, 12 years ago, and he said, oh, there's a system you could dump your wash water into your ice making water. I'm like, yeah, give me the handle and the valve, and I got everything else. So basically what happens here for us is that when we open this valve right here, hot water comes out and gets diverted to this hose right here. And if you come right over here, it comes out right here and kind of goes along the boards. It works with the board brush. Now I'm going to say that it's not the best system, and since it's gravity fed, it doesn't really get very much pressure. And I try to stick a nozzle on here to have it spray, but it was just wasn't really coming out. I think if I redid this, I would want to use the pump. My idea is eventually to incorporate the tire wash pump into the board brush. So somehow when I turn the tire wash on, I can divert it so it's squirting out of here and kind of melting snow on the boards. Because that's basically what it really is for. So, and this is also before I knew that Zamboni sold a taller power brush. And I'm going to get that here in a couple months when things start speeding up. Because this board brush really only works to get the powder off the ice. Now, after hockey games or practices, when the players are doing drills back and forth, or they're stopping along the player benches, you get a bunch of snow that builds up along the boards, the kick strip, so to say. So if you had that power brush, you could brush off all that powder before it freezes to the boards and causes troubles with the pucks. So since I didn't really know about that, what I did is I installed a little hot water system, so as we go along the boards, we turn the valve on there first time around the outside, and the water just kind of squirts against the boards and melts the snow off the boards. And it actually works pretty good, but once the snow builds up on the boards and freezes, you're not going to really melt it off as you go. It's just more of getting the powder that just kind of sprayed on there and it melts it right off. So it's a good preventative tool to keep your ice not built up against the boards. Like I said, the power brush is the way to go now. I'm still thinking that incorporating some spray nozzles on your board brush, so it sprays against the boards so it melts snow off the boards. That's a pretty good idea. So that's basically what we did. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, thanks for watching. As always, I hope you learned something. And like the local ice man says, stay cool.